And we are live. Hello.
Hey!
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan!
Um,
Hail Satan!
so we watched a fun movie from 1988, Hack a Lantern.
Hack a lantern.
Um,
First time watch
yeah,
for me.
Jen, what's your thoughts on this Halloween classic, Hack a
I'm
Lantern?
I'm fucking pissed off, Marty. I was fucking robbed. I was promised corpse sex on a dead body. We did not get corpse sex. We got a fucking dime store Steve Gutenberg wannabe with half the talent telling stupid jokes. Instead, we could have been in a graveyard bumping uglies on top of a nice, cold, stiff corpse, and it would have been way more engaging and erotic. The guy's an erotic Bollywood director, so he would know a thing, and I was promised corpse fucking, and I didn't get it. And this is a girl that loves necromantic, god damn it. And I was promised, you don't just tease something like that to a person like me. I take my corpse fucking very seriously, Marty, and you tell me they're gonna have sex on a dead body, and I'm like, oh boy. And then nothing, they cock teased me. It detracts something from the movie, Marty. It detracts something from the goddamn movie.
Well, we did get corpse sex. They're
But
having
we
sex.
didn't. We didn't get like full action, and we could have. And like they were kind of going in the right direction. So she's like, "Your hands are cold." She's like, "Your hands are cold." And then we see clothes over the tombstone. Cute little nod if you're in kindergarten. But we're all adults here. We're here for the hardcore action. This isn't the kiddie section, damn it.
Okay, I think we jumped halfway through the movie, so let's go to the start. So,
It
essentially,
detracted a bit from the movie. It did. So basically, what Hack a Lantern is, guys, is this is a story about a grandfather and his love for his daughter. It's a special kind of love, people. It's a tender love. It's a love through the ages. It's a love that only a father and daughter. It's incest. It's incest, yeah. It's an incest story. I might be spoiling it, but this movie is from 1988, so I don't care. This movie, if you didn't know, you might want to know before you go in. And he has one of his grandchildren. He's also a Satanist. He's a Satanist and a pumpkin salesman. I was going to ask you, Marty, how do pumpkins go with the whole Satanist thing? Like I get Halloween.
I don't know how things you guys do things in the Midwest. I find it very interesting that a redneck from fucking Podung nowhere is also a Satanist. I could believe he's having incest with his daughter, but a Satanist, like you know.
Yeah, and he has a very interesting, a distinctive voice. What was his name? The actor.
Guy Pike. He was a
Pike.
Western. He played a lot of like old coots and westerns and shit like that.
Yes,
And
he's very familiar to me. I recognize the voice. It's a weird blend of Western and Satanism. It's an interesting blend, Marty. It's a super interesting blend. I don't know if it works, but it's a compelling portrayal. I will give the movie that. I've never heard a Satanist talk the way this Satanist talks. It talks pretty. I can relate to it.
it's essentially fucking High Pike plays this fucking redneck fucking sleazebag of a Satanist who has fathered a son with his daughter.
As you do. That's generally what happens with incest if you don't use the pill or a condom.
I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not even gonna fucking ask. But yeah, so essentially, fucking the kid is kind of besotted with his grandfather and gives him like a fucking Halloween decorations and lets him pick out his favorite pumpkin and gives him a magic
medallion.
amulet. Also, big shout out to Video Tasties. Thanks a million for coming in. DMC Campbell, Christian's also in the chat, and Strange Monkeys Reviews. Thanks a million for stopping by, guys.
Thank you for hearing about incest, Satanism, and corpse fucking. Even though we don't get corpse fucking, I am morally offended about that.
Look, we'll get to that
thing.
Jesus Christ.
Not in a good way.
Keep your knickers on, if indeed you are wearing any. Probably not, knowing you.
No.
But well, just the comment section, get a room. No, so So the kid is cutting his pumpkin that his grandfather gave him, and he cuts his finger, and he's licking the blood, and he's like, I like to taste the blood. The mother's like, who gave you this pumpkin? Who gave you this pumpkin? And he's like,
Damn.
grandfather. And obviously, her being fucking diddled by her dad, she's not too impressed by this. So her husband decides, I'm gonna fucking sort this guy out, right?
Chris, a question. If you had incest with your mother and fathered a child, would a pumpkin be enough to say, I'm sorry?
Look, at best, maybe a couple of pumpkin pies. 6 or 7. 6 or 7.
Well, that's probably what led to the incest in the first place, Marty, was her sweet, sweet pumpkin pies.
Ooh, Satan, just fucking please. Please control your minion. Please. Okay, so the dad's like, I'm gonna fucking sort this motherfucker out. So he goes down and decides to fucking interrupt Grandpa's satanic meeting. And
which he doesn't like.
Yeah, Grandpa says you're a trespasser, which he could either be a Republican or he could be a Satanist. That line works for either. Hello, Brittany. Hello.
Hi, Brittany.
Welcome. So unfortunately, fucking Grandpa's minions knock out the dad, put him in the car, and set the car on fire. And we fast forward, like 10 years, 15 years?
It doesn't really say, but they're all adults now. And there are other children besides the incest baby. The other children are not incest babies, right? They're from the father, I presumed.
I'd assume. Well, I'm wondering about that due to the ending, but we'll get into that. So Tommy's grown up, and he's turned into like this fucking edgelord fucker who's like, he's got these piercing eyes, and like the grandfather's like, you're going to be my blood, you're going to be my leader. And he's like, yeah, whatever, Grandpa. Hail Satan. And the way they do Hail Satan, they don't look so much like Satanists. Look more like fucking Vulcans doing a fucking mind meld. It's just like, wee. It's fucking weird.
See, to me, I've looked at it more as hang 10 home, brother, and Satan,
Tubular. Catch them waves.
There's nothing more Satan-y than that.
Yeah, like, you sacrifice a goat. Fucking, I don't know, get a gleam of the cube. But, that's skateboarding. But never mind. Anyway, so it turns out Tommy has 2 other siblings, a sister, oh Christ, not Beth. Who was the sister called again?
I don't remember.
I know the brother's called Roger. The brother's called Roger.
Yeah.
And he's a sister as well.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's not so much their story, at least for the majority of the movie.
Yeah.
It's more Grandpa's, Tommy's, and the mom's. And the mom... go ahead.
No, I think we're going to say that mother is super protective of all her kids.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She just wants them to all stay together and be a family. And she's very annoyed because her oldest son, he's, busy with the Satanism, Grandpa. And then her daughter, she just wants to go out and have friends. And she has a boyfriend and she's probably a whore. And then she has her golden boy, literally her youngest, who is a cop. And that's an because where the movie takes us, I'm not going to spoil it right now, but that's an interesting take on where the movie takes us toward the end. It's a very interesting take.
Yeah, Roger and his sister seem to be the most well balanced of the two. Like, you're like, okay, so why the fuck? How is Tommy all fucked up? Yet these two are grand.
Because he's an incest baby.
Yeah, that's. Although I'm still dubious about him being the only one, but I'll get to that later on. So Tommy is essentially Tommy is basically the grandfather's favorite because he is his kid and he is his blood and he wants him to take over the cult. And I do think there's some other stuff going on there, but we won't go into it just yet.
Okay.
But it's like Vera's the other daughter.
Yes, Vera. Vera, which is an interesting name. Yeah, he's into Satanism. The girl, she has a girlfriend, and it's set on Halloween. That's why we're doing this. As the name says, Hack-O-Lantern. It's not just because he's a Satanist who sells pumpkins. This happens to be on Halloween, and there's going to be a bodacious Halloween party coming up. And
that Halloween party is fucking insane.
Yes, both places.
I was watching, and I was like, is this normal for this part of the country?
In some places it is. It seems pretty tame though. I've seen more wilder parties. Also, this movie we just aren't into the family dynamic. We have outside characters. We have Tommy's girlfriend, who was a porn actress, not in the movie, but she really is a porn actress, and she's very comfortable taking off her clothes. Like, as you pointed out, we get full bush, we get a couple of tit scenes. Her tits are nice. Her ass is nice. And what's on the ass is very interesting, because people in the town, she goes and buys beer, and all these kids are looking at her and going, oh, she must be wild if she's running around with Tommy. And I hear she's got a tattoo too. Like, I guess back in the 80s, was it that shocking to get a tattoo?
Yeah, definitely on your ass, probably. She has a quote-unquote pentagram.
Speaking of which, Marty, I got a pentagram just for this. It's totally real, too. I got a pentagram just for this stream, because that's how hardcore and committed I am. See, when I make a commitment, Marty, I fucking make a commitment. And I went and got this at the I got my tats. I got my tramp stamp, if you will. It's totally hardcore. What do you think?
I think it's lovely. I think Christian done a marvelous job drawing it.
Oh, it's totally real, Marty. It's totally real. Don't ruin the people's illusion.
Okay. So, Tommy goes off with his fucking his slutty girlfriend, who's played by Gina Fine, aka Angel Rush, aka Devin Sugar, aka fucking, this chick has more fucking pseudonyms than fucking Russia after World War II. Look, but yeah. So
I thought she looked familiar. I thought she looked familiar. I was like, I know at least I've seen those tits somewhere before. The face looked pretty familiar, but it was other parts of her body. It was like, I've seen those, but they were covered with fluids. It was hard to tell.
The other funny thing about her quote unquote tattoo is when she comes out of the pool, it's
running.
Jen, are tattoos supposed to run?
Only if they're really scared. Only if maybe somebody said boo to them in the pool and it scared her. And it scared the tattoo. No, this movie definitely is a very low. But you know what? This is a funny thing and a praise, because while the Sharpie tattoo, and it is a Sharpie, people, like, let's not. That's why I did this. I thought it'd be funny for the review. But it's totally real. Totally real. It's not. She's not as committed. The actress wasn't as committed as I am. But it's definitely a Sharpie on her ass. And like you said, it looked like they might have chosen the other ass cheek, and it didn't work, because you could still kind of see faded tattoo remnants on her other ass cheek. But what my praise is this movie does have some gore effects. It does have some killing, and for the time and for the budget, they're actually pretty good practical gore effects. I will give the movie that. They're pretty good. I thought that all the gore effects, minus the tattoo, but the bloody stuff was actually pretty good for the time, place, and budget.
Before we get into any of the kills, can we get into my favorite part of the movie?
Sure.
So Tommy decides his mom's giving him grief, his brother's giving him grief. She's like, "Fuck this! I'll lie down in my bed. I'm going to listen to some rock music."
Oh my god!
So he lies down in his bed and he listens to an absolute bodacious banger, a banger as the kids call it.
No, Slumber Party 2's music was a banger. This was not fair. It wasn't fairness.
You're the devil's son, and he's there fucking. He's not even lead singer. See, Tommy's humble enough. Tommy knows his place in the intricacies of the Lord of Darkness. He doesn't make himself the lead singer. He makes himself the bass guitarist, and he's like, yeah, fucking rocking out. And then some fucking Sheba-looking chick turns
With
up
the
with
arms.
multiple arms.
And they're
And-
not synced, Marty. Did you notice that when they're doing their choreography? They're not, I don't like to nitpick, but they weren't synced.
They were.
They weren't.
They,
No, they weren't,
fucking
Marty.
were.
Let's
They
be honest.
were.
Let's be real here.
You just can't handle. You just can't handle that. This blows fucking the Slumber Party Massacre rockabilly fucking dude out of the water.
Oh, fuck you, Marty. Oh, fuck you. Those are fighting words. Like, people in the chat will back me up. Fucking Slumber Party Massacre. Now, that's a fucking masterpiece. You want some cool music in your movie, you go to fucking Slumber Party. This is all right. This is fine if you're a metalhead.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's cute. I'll give it that. But
like
it's not
no.
a driller killer with a phallic symbol on his guitar, singing and dancing before he murders topless bimbos. I mean that's fucking art right there. This is paint by numbers. This fucking Slumber Party Massacre is fucking Rembrandt, man. Fucking Rembrandt. It's Jackson Pollock in a bow, and macaroni in a pot. Jackson Pollock with a phallic dildo symbol on your guitar, man. That's where it's at.
DC LaCroix fucking slays us in this movie, and they're an actual band. You can actually look up their stuff online. There's a band called DC LaCroix.
Actually, Devil's Son isn't too. It's not as good. Like, I will fight you on this one. It's not as good as Slumber Party Massacre, but it's actually not a bad song. Like, I can see where it kind of worked, kind of.
But what do you think of the Weird Dream? Do you think it's like his grandfather's influence? Like, you know, you think in a dream like that, like as the guitarist, you'll have sex with the sexy one. Instead, for some reason, she turns his guitar into fucking Aquaman or Neptune's trident and fucking stabs him in the neck and then decapitates him.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe like the movie's a little deeper than I'll let you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I do have a theory on this. Like, maybe the movie's a little deeper than we thought, and maybe that's his like subconscious saying, "Hey, dude, maybe this whole Satan thing isn't for you. Maybe we should rethink the whole Satan thing." Maybe that was the movie's subtext of showing his inner monologue, saying, "You know what? This might not be the way to go, dude."
Yeah, I think Tommy's an interesting character because, like, I think he's torn. Because there is I don't know if I'd say a good guy, like he walks in, his sister having sex, Vera having sex with fucking her boyfriend, and he goes apeshit. And I was like, okay, is it the kind of bullyish Satanist in him, or is it the protective brother?
I got the protectiveness. For me, I got it was more of a big brother protecting. Like I think, you know, that he was kind of a worm, the boyfriend, and like I said, the boyfriend had way more chemistry with the younger brother than he did with the girlfriend.
That was weird. It was like he was flirting with the brother. Hey, he's like fucking rubbing his shoulder and stuff. So Tommy fucking wakes up, finds his sister fucking getting it on with her boyfriend, fucking kicks his ass out, and the boyfriend goes off anyway, and
walking through a cemetery.
Yeah, and he gets knocked into a grave, and he's looking up and he's like, help me, and next thing he gets a fucking shovel into the town. Really good fucking effect. I gotta say that was a good gore effect.
Yeah, the whole movie minus the Sharpie I wasn't kidding. I thought all the effects were pretty good. And it's very interesting because who gives him the thing? It's somebody in a devil's mask and a robe. Is it Grandpa? Is it Tommy? Who knows? You know, and it gives a little mystery as to what's going on there. Like who's, you know, and if you're wondering, okay, why is it Grandpa if he's doing this? What's his reason? Is it Tommy? Because we assume it's Tommy, but it could also be a red herring for Grandpa. We just don't know who's
because fucking Sharpie ass, she gets dispatched as well, and Grandpa kind of didn't want Tommy having sex with her.
See, so now that's my favorite. Of course, this is my favorite part. You didn't set up the scene, Marty. So, like, she's laying across the couch, all naked, all full in her glory. She has her boobs out, and she says, you want to ride my. She assumes it's Tommy in a mask. Again, we have this masked person in a robe and a devil's mask, and she's like, you want to ride my horsey again, which is a weird line, even for me, guys. That's a weird. Like, I wouldn't even tell Marty that on my horniest day. I wouldn't tell Marty.
Yeah,
that
that's that. I'm not saying something because she said some despicable shit to me in her time. Um, uh, but yeah, so there is someone in kind of the Satanist cloak and the mask. I meant to say the mask is really cool. I
Yes,
like the mask. I
I
like the
did too.
mask, the kind of goat monster mask.
It is. It's kind of a throwback to older masks, but it's still it's a good one. It's not. It's cheap, but it's not cheap. If you get what I mean. I mean,
Yeah,
it's definitely not as high end as they could. But for this movie, it could have been a lot cheaper. And that's another thing that surprises me. That you can. There's a lot to make fun of about this movie. I mean, it's not a movie you can exactly take seriously. But for all of that, the acting for the most part is pretty good, especially coming out of Night Beast. I'm like, I was really maybe my expectations are just really low, but like the acting I thought was pretty on par. I thought the special effects were good, and the story, for as outlandish as we go, there's some thought and care. Like you said, the one scene where he's having the dream, was that his subconscious maybe warning him? I mean, in a lesser
yeah,
movie, we might not have that.
yeah. Like it's a double-edged sword because the director Jag Mungra is obviously trying to do something, but I think he's trying to balance too many marbles on a dish, and it's just they're
It,
going all over the place.
but that's
So
what kind of makes it fun too. That's kind of what
it
makes it
does.
fun.
It does. So Roger is supervising the kind of the Halloween party, and he comes
Yes,
into town, and Vera is setting up her best friend Beth with him, and they go
yes,
off. They go off to the graveyard,
yes,
and
they do.
what happens, Jen? What happens?
Nothing, Marty. Nothing fucking happens. They fucking cock teased us all. Like you told me, Christian told me there's corpse sex in this, and I got all excited because I'm the corpse sex girl. I've done 2 Valentine's Day videos in a row on Necromantics 1 and 2. If anyone knows anything about corpse fucking, it's Jen. I would go so. I don't like to toot my own horn, Marty, but I like to say I'm somewhat of an expert on corpse fucking. It's kind of a hobby slash passion with me, and so I'm like, okay.
Wait. Jen, is that how I got the rash? Is that how I got the fucking rash?
It's fine, darling. It'll clear up. Just keep using your cream. Just keep using your cream. But no,
My dick's gonna fall off.
but I was thinking, okay, we're gonna get some cold, stiff, loving, and that's like getting my motor running, and I'm getting all excited. And we do good at first because they happen to fall on the grave where the douchebag boyfriend is under and stuff, and we're doing good. I'll give him that because like she's like, your hands are so cold, and I'm like, ooh, interesting. Where are we going with this movie? And he's like, don't worry about that, baby. And then you get the next shot, you get their clothes thrown over the tombstone, which is a cute little thing. Like, I get where they're going, but I was ready for some hardcore action, and some and maybe like get the wrong penis inside her or something. Hijinks could ensue. You could go one of 2 ways with this scene, right? And they don't do that. Instead, we cut to a scene with some jack off Steve Gutenberg wannabe with half the talent telling stupid jokes, wasting precious movie time where we could be, in corpse fucking land. It just ruined the movie. That's where the movie really falls apart for me, Marty.
You didn't like Diet Steve Gutenberg, no?
I did not like Bargain Bin Steve Gutenberg, and he had half the talent. And we could have spent it on a much more compelling part of the movie. We could have seen where this corpse fucking would go, and maybe she could have been run the cult leaders, because if you fuck a corpse, that's pretty. I think Satanists would go, wow, that's pretty cool.
That's dedication. That's dedication.
That's dedication.
So yeah, we cut back to the party, and despite being let down by what happens at the cemetery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does some of the does some of the hijinks at the party kind of help soften the blow?
A little bit, but I've got to be real with you people. It's like, fair and honest. I can't get over that. It was like, it hurt my heart, Marty, because like, you don't get corpse fucking in so many movies, and like, they cock tease you with it, and we don't get any action. It's like, it's like the essential of what you guys would call blue balls, which is kind of apt, because I think some corpses have blue balls, right? But I just couldn't. But getting back to the party, like, we have a stripper, and that's cool, and she's just kind of, and
Is that normal? Is that normal? Have you ever been to a Halloween party where some woman just, and it's not even taking off like her things and kind of like in her underwear. This woman was full fucking frontal.
we go deep down under the bush, if you would say. The only parties where I've seen that happen in is if they're bachelor parties or something of a gentleman's party. I've heard
this was a town party for like teenagers or sophomores or college students, like.
Yeah, and everyone's pretty lax, like, ha, there's the stripper, and like some guy, was it the guy in the cowboy thing that says, you need a cowpoke, ma'am?
Yeah. like, does he go over to the Asian one as well and go, hey, would you like to be my geisha?
Yeah.
And she talks in Japanese and then tells him get lost.
The
hero of that party for me, though, is the cross-dressing Indonesian man underneath the stair. He's having a party all of his own. He's just there like dancing away, bopping away.
He's having a good time. It's like what you said, and I'm sorry I keep interrupting you, Marty, but it's like what you said. Some of these lesser characters we kind of wish we would have gotten to know a little bit more, because you mentioned that when we were watching the movie.
Like the cowboy guy, or like the Asian girl, or the Indian guy dancing. Hell, even Bargain Bin Steve Gutenberg. I want to know why everyone.
Fuck him, Marty. Fuck him. He ruined 5 minutes. That could have been incredible. Fuck him. I'm bitter. I'm hurt, and I'm bitter. Fuck him.
It's okay,
he doesn't
Jen.
get a bad story.
It's okay. Cheap ass Steve Gutenberg can't hurt you anymore.
He hurt me, Marty. He really did. I need a doll to show you all the places he hurt me. Or better yet, I'll just lift up my skirt. Oh yeah, we're live. Sorry. Sometimes I forget we're not on the phone. Sorry, guys. So anyway, we have a stripper, and like the town finds it charming, like la la la. This is totally normal. It's not normal. I've never been to a party like that. Just gentlemen's parties and bachelor parties. But it fits with the tone of this movie. Somehow it works in the tone of this movie. Like, that's not even that's not even number 2 or number 3 of strange things in this movie. It's way down on the bottom of the list.
It's strange. Do you know what's even stranger though, right? Where Vera and Beth are dressing and they're talking about like, ooh, boys, and Beth's talking about Vera's brother, and like where they did it. And she's like, oh, like, we did it in cemetery, and Vera's like, I don't believe you. He goes, I'll show you. And she takes Vera to see where she had sex with her brother. Is that normal?
You seem to have been, you mentioned that a few times when we were watching the movie. That seemed to have bothered you. Now, mate, you're asking the wrong girl, Marty. Like, if she was a good friend and knew me really well, sure. If if we had that kind of relationship, cool. But but the polite Jen, if we were just casual friends, I'd keep that to myself. It just kind of depends on the friendship, really.
I think it was just a device to get them to find the boyfriend's body.
You think?
I was like, yeah, just like, oh, fake hand. And this bit's fucking stupid. This bit's like, they're in a cemetery. They're in a fucking cemetery. And Vera's like, oh, you caught me with that rubber spider. You think you're going to catch me with this rubber hand? They're obviously by a grave. They're obviously by a shallow grave. And Vera's like, hey, let's see what this rubber hand's attached to. And she hauls up the fucking corpse.
Yeah.
And and Beth's like, what the fuck?
Oh my god, it's a corpse, it's my boyfriend, oh my god. And you know, I'm just, when I see that corpse, I'm just pissed off. I'm like, you way underutilized this corpse movie. I'm sorry, I know I'm dwelling on this, Marty, but it really pissed me off. But yeah, I think it was a kind of a plot device, because most normal people, notice I said normal people, would not do that, and generally to show their best friend where they fucked their brother in a cemetery. Most people wouldn't. Most normal people wouldn't. I might, but then I'm the wrong candidate to ask. But it's a plot device to get the movie going, and to get the little brother, because the little brother has some scenes coming up. He has some scenes, and he's Mr. Law and Order Golden Boy at this point. He's still Mr. Law and Order Golden Boy. And then there's all these murders, and we're still wondering, is it Tommy? Is it Grandpa? Who could be killing all these people? I don't know, Shaggy.
Vera goes to confront her grandfather and Tommy, and almost ends up getting sacrificed, but Tommy has a change of heart, which kind of fucking boosts up your theory that Tommy isn't 100% on this whole Satan thing. He's not a bad guy. Totally, he's a fucking lunatic, but he's not a bad guy. So he saves his sister, and then fucking they go bombing back to the party where Roger is. And they're like, Roger, there's a big fucking Satan powwow, and they almost sacrificed me. Oh, the scene before it though, fucking the scene with Grandpa before, and they're entering in a new member, and they're tying her up and branding her ass. Are they Satanists, or are they a member of Nexium?
Why can't they be both? Why can't they be both?
Fucking Alison Mack in the background, fucking fucking.
That is the one thing, that actress, the blonde actress, and again, we get, this movie loves its boobs and bush. This movie loves it because we get a full frontal, and again, pretty girl that did it. I think she had the nicest boobs in the whole movie. She's in this white robe, and she has to, I will serve Satan. She was the only one where her line delivery wasn't on par with everybody else. So she was only in it for a minute. It's nitpicky.
What's the money? What's your money that it was some Playmate of the Year?
I hope so, because she did have a what she lost in her acting skills, she made up in her act. She really did. It was nice to look at. It was. I was jealous.
I wasn't paying attention.
Aw. I was, because I always want to find, that would be a picture I would get to steal and take it to if I ever won the lottery, I'd take it to a plastic surgeon and go, can you make it look like these?
Jen, I have to tell you something. There's only one set of breasts I love in this world.
Oh.
KFC bargain bucket, fucking gorgeous. Get gravy and sorry. Anywho, moving on. Moving on. Moving on. So fucking, we go back to the party. Roger fucking tears off, gets the cavalry, gets the cops, goes to Grandpa's barn. Busts in, and everyone's gone.
Gone.
Meanwhile, back at the party, right? The grandpa may be fucking bombing around causing trouble, because some chick who's been talking to Roger goes up and starts flirting with Roger, and she goes into the changing room to kind of doll herself
her nose.
Yeah.
And she's in a corset. I think she's supposed to be a bargain bin Scarlet, although she wasn't wearing the right dress, being somewhat of a big Gone with the Wind aficionado. I got the feeling though that they were going for a Gone with the Wind thing, and she has this corset. I do like this kill though that's coming up, because again, we have our Satanist friend in the mask and robes, and she's like, can you tighten it up? And the scene, her boobs do increase. It's a cool scene. That's probably my favorite scene in the whole movie, is when he's corsing her up and her boobs just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
But she gets stabbed, but what was the implication of that? Was that to cut off her fucking air supply so she couldn't scream, or was it just Hey,
Her
we want tits
circulation
popping
to
out.
immobilize her, I would assume. And like, if you've ever I've worn corsets, like not to the tight, but you can't breathe in them. Like, even when they're not as tight as that guy was making them, you can't breathe in them if you're doing it right, and stuff. And so, like, that guys might not understand, but women probably will. It's torture. It is a torture device. It is a torture. It's well worth it, but it's a torture device. That's the reason why those women died so early in the 1800s. So,
Big hello to John Steele.
hi,
Yeah,
John.
no, I had fun with it. So, fucking, what was it? Vera and Beth
Yes.
are like bombing around the party, and some bitch comes up to Vera and goes, "Oh my God, you look terrible. You look like hell." And she's like, "Yeah." She doesn't say, "I just saw my fucking boyfriend dead." She's like, "Oh, I should make myself look a bit more
Go fix my
appreciable."
makeup. Yeah.
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 So
That's just a woman. Some women are more vain than others.
So they go into the fitting room or the changing room or whatever, and the corpse of fucking little Bo Peep or whatever the fuck is just plonked up against the thing. And the girls are like, "Hey, guess some people can't hold their
Handle their
drink."
punch. Yeah.
And this kill shocked me. Do you want to go over this kill?
Yeah, it's kind of, we're in a closet, and was it Beth, or was it
Beth.
here?
Beth, because
Yeah, it was
remember
Beth.
Vera's the particular character's family member, so it's Beth.
Yeah, it's
So
Beth, and she gets in the closet, and it's a good shot. Again, this movie. It's surprisingly, when it's good, you go, "Wow, this is kind of good and got something," and then we go back to something super ridiculous. This tone is with all over this place with this movie. But she gets strangled in a closet, and it's a very cool scene. I like this scene a lot. I did. I was like you. Like I said, I preferred the corset scene more, but I get why you would like it.
well, no, it's not that I liked it. It shocked me because I was like, okay, of all the people that are going to make it out of this movie, okay, it's Beth because I thought she was likable.
But she didn't have but she did. They didn't show her having sex on a corpse.
You don't need to have sex with a corpse to be likable. I know it just doesn't compute, but
It doesn't. It doesn't. Well, then how do people like me? I'm the girl that knows all about it. If people don't like me for that reason, then they don't like me for any reason, Marty.
I love you because you're cute, you're funny, and you say shit that I wouldn't say to a barnyard fucking animal. So yeah, that's why there's plenty of reasons you're likable. But yeah, no, but were you taken aback when Beth was killed? Are you like, okay, I saw this coming a mile off?
I kind of figured she would be, when you're in a Satanist movie with incest and sort of corpse fucking, even though it's totally misled, and a stripper coming in and a town, and it being completely normal. I kind of figured all bets would be off, and like I knew where we were going. Like when you said there was a surprise coming, I kind of figured out way earlier what the surprise was, and I'm not going to spoil it for people right here, but I kind of knew where we were driving to with this movie. I did. I knew where we were driving to.
So fucking Grandpa turns up.
Grandpa
turns up in his fucking regalia, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you, Vera, for busting up my Satanist meeting. And all of a sudden, someone else in a fucking satanic robe turns up, and there's a big fight.
Yes.
Big
Satanist fight. Woo, with pitchforks, and they're boo, and I'm the bigger Satan, and they don't really say that, but that's kind of the implied thing. And they're up on stairs, and it's this very, very epic kind of Satanist fight in a low budget way, in the best way possible. It's fucking Spielberg could take some notes with this.
Oh, by the way, Sadie says, Jen, you're a badass demon lady.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, Sadie, thanks for dropping in. But so yeah, fucking Grandpa ends up getting the chop by the Satanist, right? Falls off, gets stabbed. Fucking Roger comes up and he's like, everyone at this stage thinks it's Tommy.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, it's Tommy, it's fucking Tommy. So
it's gotta be Tommy, right? It's gotta be Tommy.
Yeah. Roger fucking pulls out his gun. He's like, Tommy, don't make me do it. And he fucking just opens up and Tommy gets winged and goes out the fucking door. And the grandpa, as he's fucking dying, he like touches Roger's head, and there's some fucking weird ET shit where, like, I don't know, his head fucking
He's got a
grows.
demonic touch, you could say. He's passing
Yeah.
the demonic touch.
Which makes me wonder, is Roger also the grandfather's?
Yeah, I knew you were going with that. I don't know. Or well, he said it was. He did say an interesting line. He said it's in the blood. It's not in something. It's in the blood. And I was like, huh. And I wondered that too when he said that. I wondered that too. Maybe I had kind of a weird theory because there's a flashback scene earlier in the movie where the mother's at the grave of her husband and and they're in bed together. And it kind of implied that there was an intimate moment between them. So kind of here's a theory. What if Tommy is the grandpa's, the daughter is the dad's, and Roger is also grandpa's? Like maybe only one of the kids was dead. Maybe because she seemed to be like out of all of them. Maybe this is just pure theory, but that's kind of what I thought. I wondered, okay, maybe the boys, because in some cultures the boys are worth more than the girls. So I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, I do like you're kind of almost going into hereditary territory here. That Pei-Min can only inhabit the body of a male.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's kind of where I was going with that, Marty, actually.
We are in no way saying that this is close to Ari Aster's hereditary.
No, we're not. We're just hypothesizing here. This is just we're just hypothesizing. Hey, Horrorhound85, welcome. Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks a million for fucking coming by, dude. You're a legend. So anyway, fucking Roger, before he gets fucking bad Satan touched by Grandpa, he fucking
I like how you put that. That's a good way to do it. I need to drop that in a conversation today. That's gonna be my
bad touch Satan Grandpa.
Bad Satan touch.
He gets fucking winged, goes off and hobbles off into the forest, and we get ourselves an M. Night Shyamalan shit. Well, although I think you had it sussed out. Go on, Jen. What's the twist?
Oh, tell me, the first time you watched it, you didn't exactly know, like 20 minutes in, what was going to happen. You knew it too.
No,
you knew.
No, not going in. When a certain person came back, when she came back and she was covered in dirt and stuff, and she's like, the daughter Vera was like, "Mom, where were you?" "Oh, I was in the orchard working." I was like, okay. So, as you probably guessed from the way I'm saying, the person that's been doing all the killings hasn't been
was
Grandpa.
Not Grandpa. Was not Tommy. Shocker.
It was Mommy, because the whole time
Mommy.
She wanted to keep her kids together, and she's like, "No, you've no time for friends."
It's about family, damn it. Much like the Haunting remake. Hi, Christian, if you're still in the chat, by the way, this one's for you. It's about family. Family. Yeah, and basically the mother's motivation, she was killing off, and if you think about it, again, like this movie, you don't have to be, it's pretty obvious, but the mom, basically, she's killing off people that she doesn't want around her kids. The boyfriend for her daughter, Tommy's girlfriend, the girl that banged her baby golden boy, sheriff boy, or deputy boy. These were the people she killed, and she didn't want these people around. She's like, "You're leaving me, and you're not. We gotta stay together. It's about family." So, oh, good. And you hate me. Cool. Awesome, bro.
Yeah, like, again, what did you think of that twist? Or
I actually thought it was pretty cute, especially, again, for the time and place and budget. Like, yeah, most people probably figured it out way before the reveal happened, but it was somehow fun. Like, this movie, you can't take too seriously. Like, even me, I'm probably taking the non-corpse fucking thing a little more seriously than I should have. I mean, it's not a necromantic kind of movie, after all, or an aftermath kind of movie.
Smidge.
Just a smidge. But this movie is fun, and it knows what it's doing, and like I said, it's not a bad ending. I wish it would have maybe veiled it in the shadows, but maybe that's part of the fun of it too. You can look at this two ways. Not every movie has to be like an Ari Aster kind of movie. This can be like an Ari Aster for low budget people. That's kind of what this
Ari
is.
Aster for horny fuckers.
Ooh. Not horny enough, Marty. If it was truly horny, it would have let us have the corp fucking scene. God damn it. Obviously not horny enough. You know,
And
fun fact, this has nothing to do with anything, but what other time am I going to talk about it? Do you know that some prostitutes will get paid for going into a cold bath so to lower their body temperature so guys can fuck them to pretend that they're dead? The more you know. I know it just,
the more you know.
it
Rainbow
doesn't have anything to
fucking
do
thing.
with anything, but I thought, yeah, it could be a little bit of nugget trivia for you guys. You're welcome. So, like, if any of you guys are like, you probably have to pay quite a bit, but there are some prostitutes.
Jen, stop giving people fucking recommendations on how to get fucking gold fucking. Look. Back to the movie.
Oh, sorry.
Back.
I'm sorry, Marty. I just, these are our friends. I want to help them out.
Stay on track. Stay on track. Okay.
Okay,
so,
sorry.
I did find the ending kind of emotional. DMC says, thanks, Jen, for letting me know about that. DMC, you're going to be on a watch list now, so just be careful.
You'll be on it next to me. We can be friends.
Yes. Yeah, you're right, Christian. Jen's reviews from the grave. That PSA has nothing to do with my channel.
You turncoat, Marty.
God damn it.
Anyway, getting back to the movie, I apologize, guys. I have gotten us off track, and Marty's trying to deal with a psychotic horse going to a burning barn. But getting back to the movie, yeah, we do get the big reveal, and it is a little emotional because her reasons, it's crazy reasons, but considering the trauma again, if you want to look at this in a little more serious tone, this woman has suffered from incest and, Satanism and God knows what other kind of emotional and psychological abuse. And so all she has are her children. And so, of course, she wants to keep them close. So, like, even though you can't condone her actions, if you look at it with a little bit of compassion, you can say that what she's doing, you can't condone what she's doing, but you can understand.
Yeah, you like the actress who played the mother. She was your favorite character.
Yes, she was. I thought she was really good. She didn't go too over the top, but she was still fun. But there was some times where, like you said, you could kind of feel like if you took it away and tried to take it with a little bit more seriousness, you could totally, in a different film, she could have really done something. In a different kind of film, This could have been a very meaty role, But as it was, she did a phenomenal job. In a lesser actress's hands, it could have been a real flop, but she did good. She did good.
No, she again kind of fucking Dee Wallace, fucking bargain bin Dee Wallace. We get a stinger at the end, which I don't know.
How'd you feel about the stinger?
You
can tell them about it, so I don't go off topic. You tell them about the stinger.
So it's like, yeah, fucking grandpa, fucking bad Satan touched fucking Tommy's head, and now Tommy is leader, or not Tommy, Roger, the
golden-haired blonde deputy. Yeah. Which kind of works, for some reason, I don't know why, when you get the golden boy that turns bad, because that's basically, and it does imply, and he says it's in the blood, which again could imply that he might be his son too. It's kind of cool, like it's a golden boy. There's something to be said about a golden good boy that went bad, and he's in the robes, and you can tell the actor is having fun, and he's, saying the lines like the blood and stuff like that. It's actually really kind of cool. And Tommy just kind of fucks off. We never really find out where Tommy's journey ends, or the sisters for that matter, but
It's do you think this was worthy of Trashfire, or is it a bit better than Trashfire? Or
Trashfire to me, and again, this might be a totally different perspective where you are, but Trashfire to me doesn't necessarily always mean Trashfire in a bad sense. I think this is Trashfire, but in a good way. Do you know what I mean? Am I making myself clear on this, or am I not explaining myself very well?
Yeah, no, I get it. It's fun. It's
a fun Trashfire. It's a fun, and it does have if this had been you could turn this script in the right hands. You could turn the script and maybe make it into something very meaty and something like Hereditary, something with a lot of arty and weighty sensibilities to it. As it is, we don't have that, but everybody's bringing their A game, and I applaud them for that. No one's half-ass acting.
Jen, do you think Ari Aster stole the idea of Hereditary from fucking Hackalantra?
I doubt it. I doubt
The
it.
grandmother, did you? They switched the gender. It was the grandmother's plan.
I get it. Maybe, perhaps.
My God, Ari Aster remade Hackalantra as Hereditary.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, totally. I totally find that plausible, Marty. No, I think this is fun, Trashfire. This is not the bad kind of Trashfire. This is fun, and this is the perfect time of year. If you're the right person, I can see a lot of fun to be had. It's not the bad Trashfire like I don't know, like another one we watched a while back called Night Beast, which you'll never. I love you, Marty, but you'll never get me to watch that fucking movie ever again.
Classic. Night Beast is fucking gold.
We're never doing it again, darling. We're never doing it again.
Look,
this one goes back.
I understand your wee effeminate brain doesn't understand good kind of highbrow culture and sci-fi. I know that.
Golly gee, Mr. Green, it was. Those lasers it was too big for my little womanly brain.
Too bright? Too shiny? Green. Were those lasers too shiny?
They were too shiny, Mr. Green. I just got so overwhelmed with my little feminine brain.
Hashtag Ansel Martin. Hashtag chauvinistic pig.
But a darling one. You're mine. You're mine. No. But like this is the good. Getting back to your question in a very long, roundabout, rambly kind of way. I think this is good Trashfire. I think if you're looking for if you're not looking for if you're sick of Halloween and you're kind of in the mood for something a little more fun, but also has some good qualities, you could do a lot worse than Hack-O-Lantern. Like I will warn people though, just don't be fucking let down like I was when you hear corpse fucking. It's fucking misleading. Like this movie could have been a 10 out of 10 if it had the corpse fucking scene. Only 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes of corpse fucking scene, people. 5 fucking minutes. That's all I'm gonna ask.
In fairness, Jen doesn't ask for much.
I don't.
Yeah.
I already have everything I want.
Hashtag shiny lasers. She's awesome. Jen Mitchell is awesome. Probably the best person to do a review with and the best awesome girlfriend a person can have. But I digress. So yeah, Jen, what would you rate Hack-O-Lantern out of 10? DMC wants to know.
I would give it about a 7 or 8, but know what we're going into, guys. Like this is when we're doing whenever there's an episode for Trashfire, unless it's like something like Night Beast. I'm sorry, darling, or something like that. Like we got to grade on a different curve with these kind of movies and some. Now sometimes we find gems that me and Marty will go, no, this doesn't deserve to be a Trashfire, but other times they do deserve the Trashfire label, but it's the good kind of Trashfire label. And I would give this a 7 or 8. I would give this a 10 if it had been with corpse fucking, but as it is, I would give it about a 7 or an 8, 7.5, 8, somewhere around there.
Jen, in fairness, they were okay. How could they plausibly have sex on top of a corpse if they knew it was there?
Well, see, they wouldn't know it was there. She didn't know it was there. And see, that's what I'm saying. It's dark, Marty, and passions are high, and the corpse is already stiff and ready to go. And maybe there's a hole in the ground, and the guy sticks his dick in the hole.
This is a horror movie. Maybe not a very highbrow horror movie, but it's not Clerks, where fucking Dante's girlfriend goes into the bathroom when the lights are off and sits on the dude's dick who died. On the toilet. This is fucking the Three Stooges porno edition, okay?
No, I'm not saying it is. We could handle this very artfully and tastefully. I'm not saying it's a bumbling around kind of thing. I'm saying under the right circumstances, a guy could stick his dick in a hole and not know it, and a girl could have a dead cock's penis. Yeah, a dead cock's penis in her vagina.
I am never making any monetary fucking money off this channel. Anywho, so yeah.
Marty, when am I gonna meet your parents again?
Oh yeah, it's interesting because I'm buying you a couple of Braille books. Because I'm gonna say, oh, this is my lady Jen.
Helen Keller.
You know Helen Keller? She's like Helen Keller, so just don't say anything, do anything, touch her, go near her. This is what she has to say. even look in her direction, she she kind of go like that. So yeah, just yeah, no. Once I'm convinced that you're a deaf mute, yeah, sure.
I'd love
But
to
yeah,
talk film and cinema with your family.
I am so getting fucking wrote out of the inheritance. I am so fucking getting written out of the inheritance. It's not even funny. Um, just a big fucking we've covered. I think we've said everything there is to say on the movie.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh, Marty, what? I'm sorry, I kind of hogged the spotlight, and I'm sorry about that. What would you rate this movie? And do you consider it a good trash fire, a bad trash fire, or not a trash fire at all?
I'm the same as you. 7. It's fun. Definitely a fun movie. Like you don't know what you're getting. It is like a fucking kind of trick or treat candy bag. Like you could get gore, you could get strippers, you could get bad fucking Sharpie pentagrams on porn stars' holes. Like it's
Except
from a
no
Hollywood
corpse
director.
fucking.
You could
No corpse fucking candy though.
Jane, come on. God damn it.
I'm sorry.
Do you know what? I'll get you Cemetery Man on Blu-ray in HD edition. How's that sound?
Maybe Aftermath. See, I like the more hardcore stuff. I'd go for Aftermath. Give me Aftermath.
Right. So
now there's a movie we should talk. Ooh, that could be a movie for next week.
Fine. But
No.
keep in mind, I still got Neil Breen flicks in my back pocket.
Right, gotcha. Understood. Should we talk about who's coming up next on the Candy Corn Conga line after our segment is over?
I will let you take it away.
Guys, be sure to stick around. And I bet you he doesn't bring up Corks fucking once, and that he's an awesome dude for that. Is Foolmoon, and he is going to be ranking. He is doing the mind bending, mind melting, like I couldn't do it, of ranking all the major franchises from best to worst, and it's going to be fucking amazing. He does amazing videos.
You don't think he'll bring up Corpse fucking once?
I don't think so. Moon's too
Maybe
classy.
I should be going out with him.
Moon is too fucking classy for that. He's not like me.
Yeah, maybe I should be going out with him. So anyway,
I'll fucking cut him, Marty. I'll fucking cut him.
Jesus, look.
I love you, Moon, but leave my man alone.
Jane, do you remember last time that happened? They have to glue that prostitute's face back on. And
I'm looking at you that way, that fucking whore.
Look, the intern, she ended up with an intern and he glued it on upside down. Sick. But yeah, I also just fucking check out Foolmoon because he's doing as Jen was saying, he's doing a fucking Titanic thing of rating the best of the big four. Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Friday the 13th.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. So check that out. And also I just want to say big thanks to Ethel Cross who's organized and put this whole thing together. We have the privilege of being the second people on the conga line. Brittany Wright was before us. She had a really cool video. And we're going to be popping up again later on in the stream.
Popping up like an erection.
I need a drink. I need a drink.
You say that a lot, Marty. Yeah, we're going to be popping up like an erection. Probably Ethel is, or maybe not. Maybe Ethel's like, never mind, guys. I scheduled somebody else. There's a big confusion.
Yeah.
Marty can't behave. He's not well behaved like me.
Excuse me. Fucking excuse me. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a Night of the Living Dead watch-along tomorrow, Halloween night. It's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, 5:30 EST, 10:30 GMT. And what time would it be for you? 3:30, Jen?
Somewhere in that. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah, but swing by, check out Jen. You have a stream coming up as well.
Yes, Sparky and I have a stream. It's just going to be a chilled, laid back. We do have some things, but we want to surprise you people. There will be costumes, there will be mayhem, and maybe we'll put on a movie in the background. There's a couple of good corpse fucking movies I could put. Get everyone in the Halloween spirit. What do you think, Sparky? You still in the chat? No. We're gonna be doing some fun stuff. I will be doing a costume. Marty's gonna be doing a great Night of the Living Dead. Oh, did you guys see? I don't know who did the promo, Marty, but there was a really handsome newscaster that was talking about dead bodies. Talking about that. I think you were gonna talk about it more on your channel. Like that newscaster was hot. I love you, darling.
I don't like him. He's a fucking gimp. He's an Irish gimp.
I like him. He's cute.
Fucking dude with the fucking glasses. What a four-eyed loser.
No.
Anyway, but barring us though, there are some great people going to be involved in this.
Yes.
We have, as we said, Foolmoon. Ethel herself. Ethel herself is doing a fucking a marathon of streams and watch-alongs, including and not limited to a watch-along of Worst Witch. She's premiering Worst Witch. Trash movie theater. She's going to be doing also a watch-along of Dracula Saves the World. She's going to be doing a sci-fi stream on Mad Scientists. We also have the Soulless Trenchcoat doing a watch-along. We have John Steele involved. We have Kubrick Lover. He's going to be fucking shredding up some stuff with his guitar. We have, who else have we? We Cara. We've Trivia.
Monty G. Monty G's going to be doing a discussion.
We have so many fucking people involved.
The list goes on and on, and all incredibly talented people.
Yeah, it's all thanks to fantastic Ethel Cross.
Yeah.
And guys, keep tuned in because there's going to be so many people participating, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be, and give Ethel a lot of love because this wouldn't be happening without her. And she put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and probably she's not going to get much sleep this weekend. So be sure to give her a lot of love because she's making everybody's Halloween a lot more awesome because of this. So give her a lot of love and give all the channels love. And like I said, you guys are in good hands because coming up is Foolmoon with his awesome ranking. I'm going to be tuned in. You'll probably be tuned in, Marty. It's going to be awesome, right? Just going to be freaking amazing.
It's going to be savage and it's going to be good crack.
Yeah.
And again, guys, like if you haven't fucking subbed any of these channels that you're watching, give them a sub because this is about building a community. This is about making friends. And again, as I said, I gotta give props to Ethel doing this because she meticulously I don't think the invasion of Iraq. Well, obviously it was the invasion of Iraq. Went better than this, but you gotta love her. So Jen, corpse fucking, right? You're bringing that up, okay?
Yeah, corpse fucking. What about it? What do you want to know, Marty? Did you want me to go over the hooker thing again?
No, I want you to go over what kind of fucking antiseptic cream do I need after being inside in your Tales from the Crypt of a Vagina.
You're fine, Marty. You're fine. As long as nothing feels like it's gonna fall off, you're fine. You don't need cream. You don't need those fancy creams. And it numbs it.
My dick is turning into the entire lightsaber collection from the original and new fucking trilogy of Star Wars. So will you please?
A little A&D cream will be fine. It'll be fine, and you don't need to use a fancy name brand one, Marty. Just the generic ghetto one is fine. Just the generic ghetto one is fine.
Jen, can I implore you to stop fucking going guts deep into dead people, please?
I'll try, Marty. I'll try. But I can't make any promises, though, darling. I can't. But thanks everybody for tuning in to us and Marty, you did a great stream. You're like having you're like riding a psychotic horse to a burning barn when you're working with me alone. So hats off to you because you I could be really this is me somewhat contained, believe it or not, guys.
Yeah, it's really fucking scary what she's like Unchanged. Also, there's a link to Foolmoon stream in my description, and I think the chap also dropped it there.
Yes.
So.
Oh, you're very welcome, Brian.
Go. Sorry, Jen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I keep cutting you off, Marty, and I don't mean to do that. I just was telling Brian he's very welcome. He's thanked us, and thank you, Brittany. Thank you. We appreciate that. We hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully, I didn't get in anyone's nerves. I'm just trying to bring some levity, guys. Yeah, levity. It's not that I enjoy corpse fucking or anything or have a passion about it. It's just levity. Ha ha ha! Funny joke.
Leave it to my girlfriend to think necromancy or necrophilia is levity. Anyhow,
What does
yeah,
that say about you, Marty? Really, what does that say about you?
I like damaged goods.
Yeah, obviously. That's a given.
Yay! It
Okay,
doesn't
guys.
matter if I'm down at like fucking Walmart and like, oh, this is slightly broken, or if I'm going out meeting up with Jane, it's, oh, this is slightly broken. But yeah, so we're going to dust off.
Yeah, we're going to
But
dust off.
again, thanks a million for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
Again, check out these awesome channels. Check out Foolmoon after us, and go rewatch Brittany later on, and check out everyone else. Again, if you're wondering about the schedule and stuff, go to Ethel Cross's channel, and she has not channel. Go to Ethel Cross's Twitter. She has links and little kind of maps and diagrams and listings of who's going to be on and when they're going to be on. So definitely check that out. And yeah,
definitely.
and this Halloween, enjoy your candy and try not to fuck any corpses.
Yeah.
Despite
Well,
what she
unless
says.
you want to. And now we turn it over to Foolmoon, and we are waiting with bated breath to see where you are ranking all of these franchises. We know you're going to do incredible, and watch everyone else coming after Foolmoon, because everybody doing this is awesome, and also Ethel Cross is awesome for doing this. So we're going to get out of your hair. It's your tune, Moon. Have fun and rank on, buddy. Rank on.
And don't have sex with corpses, despite what she says.
Or do.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.